Hi everybody, how's everybody doing today? Hopefully everybody's having a fantastic day. Before we get started, hi, my name is Teresa and I welcome you all to my channel. If you're new here and you like unboxings, you like getting ready with me with some scary ghost stories, I do makeup try-ons on here, I do Monday Mask Ladies collab, I sometimes do animal nature clips, I do tongue twister Thursday, I do fun fact Friday, I do a walk into history, and sometimes I do giveaways on this channel, and sometimes I do collabs, and guys, I do more. I do random more than just beauty on this channel. Now, if you're interested in all the content that I just said, then please consider hitting the subscribe button down here on the bottom. When you hit the subscribe button, there will be a bell. And when you hit the bell, you'll be notified of when I upload my new video. So today, guys, is get ready with me and some scary ghost stories. Woohoo! Yes! How is everybody doing today? Hopefully everybody's having a fantastic day, or should I say night, because you won't be seeing this till nighttime about 9:30 p.m. I'm having a good day. It's not been a bad day. It's a little warm and we're supposed to get storms rolling in and all that good stuff. So I'm going to show you the palette that I'm going to use, and the book that I have been reading is the West Virginia Ghost Stories, and I have said on recent videos, as soon as I'm done with that book, I'm going to do another book from another state, another ghost story book, because I really enjoy reading these, and I really like getting scared, and I love having fun with you guys. I really, really do. All right, so the palettes, yes, the palettes that I am using, we're going to show you the eyeshadow palette. Now, I actually this is actually a Christmas in July gift from Miss Renee, from Beauty with Renee. Beautiful lady, awesome, just love everything about her. What I'll do is I'll leave her information down below. All you have to do is click on her link and join her YouTube family and share the love that you share with me, because you'd be missing out on an amazing person. So, what I got from her is these Milani Milani palettes. This one's the eyeshadow palette. Milani Gilded Nude. And that's what it looks like. And guys, these shades are absolutely gorgeous, and I cannot wait to play with this. And let me show you what it looks like. And it does have a mirror. Oh boy. Lordy, lordy. It's a little stuck in here. I don't want to break it. Ah, Teresa. I think I got it, guys. I think I got it. Okay. Take that little piece off from there. Now, here's the question. How does this come off? It is really well protected. Okay. I'm just going to set that down there and set this off from here. Now, it's got a mirror, but I don't want to blind you guys with the mirror. But look how beautiful that palette is. Look at all those beautiful, fun colors that I am going to be working with. I am so excited. There we go. Back it up a little bit, Teresa. So that is the eyeshadow palette that I'm working with. And then I'm going to be working with the face palette. And this has 2 blushes, 3 eyeshadow shimmer, or 2 matte shadows and 1 shimmer shadow, and a highlight and a bronze. But I'm not going to use the shadows in this one this time, but next time I will, because it's all of them in one. But this is what this package looks like, Milani. And I hear really good things about Milani products, so I'm quite excited to try that out. And it's also got a mirror And it's got a sticker just like the other one. So it's going to take me 300 years to get the sticker off. Hold on 1 second. Alright, after fighting with the sticker, I finally got it, guys. Okay, so I'm going to show you the face palette here now. Don't want to blind you with the mirror. And look how gorgeous this palette is. I am quite excited. Look how pretty these blushes are. Even the bronzer. I've never used bronzer really. Maybe I'll try it. And the little eyeshadows and the highlighter up here. Oh, absolutely gorgeous, guys. So that is what I'm working with today. Also, I'm going to be priming my eyes. Got to prime your eyes with the Stuck On You primer. Absolutely love this stuff. I got it in a mystery bag from Ipsy. It's from the Beauty Crop, and that's what it looks like. And it's just a little cream inside, like a little tan cream. Absolutely love it. And then the book that I'm reading, and by the way, guys, I am not sponsored by the Milani company or the Beauty Crop primer or of this book. It's called the West Virginia Ghost Stories, Legends, and Haunts. And that is the book that I am reading. So, and it's been some interesting stories in it, but I am almost done with this book, guys. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. Let me put up my mirror here, because I can't see. So I'm just going to put my primer on. And I just smear my finger in it, like that. And then I just take it and I just put it all over my eyelid. Just like that. So that way, my eyeshadow will stick to it and it won't actually crease or run or whatever it wants to do. Which, thank goodness for a primer, because I never knew what eye primer was, guys. I was still new at makeup. I mean, I used to do a little bit of makeup when I was a teenager, but not a lot. And I just threw on eyeshadow and mascara and eyeliner, and that's how I went to school. Most of the days I just wear hoodies. And wanted to wear my sweatpants to school. And PJs. Sometimes you could wear your PJs there. Alright. So, my eyes are primed. Primed. Alright. So, before we start a story, I'm going to go ahead and show you what eyeshadow I'm going to use to do the whole base of the eye, the whole thing. And I'm going to use this little fluffy brush right here. Alright. So the one that I am using, sorry, I was looking away. The first one I'm going to use is called Weekender, right here. I'm just going to put that all over my eye here. I always like to start out with a lighter base. There is fallout. That's okay. And I just put it all over my eyelid. Just like that. It's quiet. Ooh, it's quiet and it's good for a ghost story, right? I agree. all over. And now I'm going to do the crease of my eye right here. And what color am I going to use in the crease of my eye? We're going to hit the snooze button. We're going to go with this color right here. It's really, really pretty color. And the brush that I'm going to use is this brush right here. I don't even know if that's the right brush I'm supposed to be using, but that's the brush I've been using. So this looks like a deep brownish purple color. And then I'm just going to take it right here. Just in a crease of my eye. Don't worry, it'll look better, but I got one eye. There we go. All right, so let's go ahead and read our first story, and then we're going to do some more with the eyes. All right, so what story did we leave off on? We left off on the headless ghost rider of Powell Mountain. And here's those creepy looking woods right there. Put my mirror down. Right there. All right. In the days before let me do that over again. In the days before the September 10th, 1861, Battle of Cornfalks Ferry, Union troops, led by General Rosecrans, were preparing to engage Confederate, led by General Floyd, on the Henry Patterson Farm, which overlooked Cornfalks Ferry. Their movements towards the battlefield led them in a southerly direction near Birch River on Powell Mountain. And then underneath the picture I just showed you says, a lonely tomb sits in the mountains near Birch River with a ghostly legend held in its gasp. Ooh. Here is a picture of a lady, so I'm wondering if this is the lady maybe that's the grave for the lady. Creepy looking lady there. And then, creepy looking house right there. But some would admit that something just was not right about him. His past must not have mattered to 22-year-old Zona Heaster, a chestnut-haired beauty and daughter of Mary Jane Heaster. He was quite the catch for a small-town girl, and there was but a brief courtship. The two married at the old Methodist Church in Livesey Mill on October 20th, 1896. But there were more than a few indiscretions overlooked by neglecting to dig into his past. Trout was from Grwm Mountain in Pocahontas County. He had been married twice before. He wed his first wife, 18-year-old Allie Esteline Cutlip, on December 24th, 1885. The two had a child named Gertrude by February of 1887. Trout would divulge to some that his ex-wife was not a fit mother and the grandparents were raising his daughter. However, the truth was quite different. In reality, Allie complained his beatings were quite severe, so he was abusive. He was said to have thrashed his young bride so badly, a group of villagers marched to his home on Rock Camp Run in temperatures below zero and tossed him in the frozen Greenbrier River. I think this guy deserved it, though, because no man or woman should put a hand on anybody. She was able to convince the courts of Edward's cruel nature, and Allie would divorce him while he was in prison for stealing horses. On June 23rd of 1894, 32-year-old Trout had married his second wife. 16-year-old Lucy, 16 years old Lucy, and he's 32. Lucy Ann Tritt from Alderson, the two lived on Grwm Mountain with his family. The circumstances were quite scheming on Trout's part. He had whisked the girl off and out of sight of her parents and talked her into marrying him outside county lines. Dude, seriously, 16 years old, you're 32? That's disgusting, man. Sorry, I had to point that out. However, he did not have the proper paperwork. He then asked a minister to perform the ceremony, who denied him, stating the girl was underage. Undaunted, the couple scurried to Frankfurt and were married the next morning, less than 8 months later on February 11th, 1895. Lucy was dead at 17. She had died when she helped Trout fix a chimney in the cold months of winter. The man was perched on top and asked his young wife to get him a glass of water. When she returned, he dropped a brick on her head, crushing her skull. If only Zona had known about his previous life, she probably would not have moved into a small 2-story framed home owned by the town founder, William G. Livesey, which was on the opposite side of Powell Mountain from Zona's mother. Still all seemed well for 2 months. Then Zona fell ill. She was treated by the family Dr. J.M. Knapp and appeared to be feeling better within a few weeks. Then on a cold Saturday of January 22nd of 1897, Trout Shue went to the home of Martha Jones, fondly called Aunt Martha, to request her son, 11-year-old Andy, to do some chores, including picking up eggs for Zona, who was still recovering. And under the picture of Zona, he stirs. It's an image. And home where the couple lived at Livesey Mills. So that's the house that I showed you. I'll show you again. Creepy looking house. This is a long story. And there is Miss Heaster again, right here. The boy was busy at the time and had some odd jobs to do for the local physicians first. Trout returned from more times to collect the young man and each time appeared more impatient. It was late afternoon before Andy was able to get to the Shue home. When he walked toward the house, there was a certain air about the place that did not seem right, including someone had shut the door tight. Upon closing inspection, the boy was shocked to find a trail of blood on the porch step. He knocked on the door, and when there was no answer, Andy cautiously followed it into the house and through the dining room, where he found the body of Zona lying at the bottom of the stairs leading to the second floor of the home. She was staring lifelessly at him with wide open eyes and lips parted. Zona was stretched out with feet together, one hand upon her abdomen, I can't say that word, sorry, and the other lying next to her. Her head was turned slightly to one side. The boy mustered enough courage to shake her. When he did, she was hard and cold. Shocked, the boy went to his mother, who immediately fetched Dr. Knapp and Trout. But by the time the doctor made it to the home, Trout had already taken his dead wife to an upstairs room. Trout had already, laid her on a bed and dressed her in different clothing. If the doctor found it strange, he did not make a note. It was customary for a woman in the community to redress the corpse. Trout had taken it upon himself to provide Zona with a high neck stiff collar and a crepe veil wrapped around it. But it appeared deep in grief, and I've heard this story, guys, it's pretty creepy. Rocking his young bride back and forth, holding her head. Quite possibly, it is reason the doctor provided a clumsy attempt to examine the young woman and take it into consideration the puddles of blood on the floor. He declared aloud, "It is an everlasting faint. Her heart has failed." Dr. Knapp would report at his initial cause of death in the records in Lewisburg that Zona had died in childbirth. During the night and all through the wake, those family members and friends were surrounded the young woman's body, noted that Trout hovered so strangely nearby his dead bride that they could hardly get close. On a chilly, rainy day in January, she was buried at the Soul Chapel Methodist Cemetery in Meadow Bluff. Trout was the last person to see his dead wife's face. Local newspapers reported he took it upon himself to nail the wooden coffin shut before she was lowered 7 feet deep into the West Virginia soil. A great many rumors began to spread throughout the small community that Zona's death may not have been by natural causes. Knowing something seemed fishy and being a spiritual woman, Mary Jane Heaster began to pray day after day for some truth to display itself and ease her grieving mind. Then one evening she heard a rustling in her room where she was praying, and before her appeared the very form of Zona. As the mother reached out to embrace the daughter, the ghostly form vanished. Now knowing something was amiss, Mary Jane Heaster prayed once again, and her wildest fears would come true. And it says, Mrs. E.Z. Shue, wife of E.S. Shue, died at her home in the Richlands, this county, on Sunday last, the 24th, age 22 years. Mrs. Shue was a daughter of Mr. Hedges Heaster of Meadow Bluff District. Mr. Shue merely lived in Pocahontas County, so it must be some kind of newspaper clip. And there is her grave right here. So I was right. So that was their grave. Her grave. I don't know if you can see that. Her daughter would return in the form as Mary Jane would describe as flesh and blood, and told her of the abuse the hands of Trout Shue had dealt her. On the night of her death, he had come home angry in a fit of rage because no meat was on the table. Trout broke her neck. To show the savagery, the otherworldly Zona turned her head completely around. Mary Jane compelled authorities to exhume the graves of her daughter. Dr. Knapp, who had initially given her cause of death as childbirth, a surgeon by the name of Rupert, and Dr. McChesney performed the autopsy on her throat. There were the marks of fingers indicating someone had choked her, and her windpipe was smashed. Trout was arrested and taken to jail at Lewisburg. During the court battle, Trout's dark past began to bubble up. The peculiar man began to ramble and brag in his jail cell that there was no way anyone had enough evidence to convict him. And he intended to marry 7 women. Yet courts did convict Trout of first-degree murder. He spent the remaining years of his life in jail, dying during an epidemic, passing through the West Virginia State Penitentiary in Moundsville on March 13th, 1900. Some will only recall Zona Heastershoe as a poor woman who was murdered by her evil husband, but most will remember her as the Greenbrier Ghost, a young woman appearing after death to her grieving mother, and by doing so, helped convict an evil man of murder and thus avenge her death. That is creepy. Underneath says, Zona's headstone, she still walks among the graves at the Little Soul United Methodist Church and Cemetery. Very, very sad story. Excuse me. This man was nothing but a monster, and he hurt all his wives, and he was marrying younger women or younger girls, and just a disgusting man. He deserved what he got. I am sorry to say that, but if you agree with me, I know most of you women and guys would agree with me, but it's just horrible, horrible, horrible. But yeah, I've heard of this story before, and the mother did pray, and her spirit came back to her mama and revealed what happened. So, like I said, he rotted in jail. That's where he should have been, because if it involves children or women or even some men, these people deserve to be in jail. They should never ever lay their hands on anybody. You're supposed to love each other. Am I right? All right, so we're going to go finish up underneath here, my eyes, and then I'm going to get off here and put my foundation on and my concealer, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to do my highlighter and a little bit of blush, probably not the bronze. I got to kind of work on that. So what am I going to do right here, guys, is what am I going to do? Let's do, it's called Little Spoon right there. That little bit of purple. So let's go ahead and do that. Man. I don't think it matters because it looked like it's going to match the brown anyways, right? It's okay. And it's soft eyeshadow, I'll tell you that. It's really soft. To me it is. How does that look so far? Good? Don't lie to me. Just look at it. By no means am I a professional. Then I'm going to use the same fluffy brush. Where is my fluffy brush? What the heck did I do with it? Okay. It's hiding from me. So, I like to put like a color right up here. So, what color am I going to use? It's probably called Offline right here. So I'm just going to take that and then I'll just blend it out. Just to give it a little bit more of a color. I'm going to take this blush or brush, and I'm going to just blend it out just a little bit so it don't look too messy. And I don't want to look like me. Alright guys, I will be right back. Like I said, I'm going to do the other stuff, but I'll come back on and we'll do the highlighter together, and we'll do the blush, and then we'll read maybe one, maybe two more ghost stories. So I'll be back. Hi guys, I am back. So I put my foundation on, I put my concealer on, I put my mascara on, my eyeliner, and a little bit of lipstick, and I touched up my eyes to how they come out. They come out good? Are they pretty? I love these colors, by the way. Did it come out good? Let me know. So I didn't put my highlighter on, so because I wanted to do that with you guys with this beautiful palette here. So again, here's that beautiful gold highlighter that I'm going to use with this brush right here. Just gonna tap it. Usually I do this while I'm off camera, but I'll just show you guys this palette. So ooh, look how pretty that is. That's beautiful. Just absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful. Beautiful. I like to put some on my nose, on my cupid bow, and just a little bit on the chin, just to give it a little bit more shimmer. What do you guys think? Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely stunning. Then I'm going to take my blush. We used the same one with the highlighter on it. I'm going to try this little pink blush right up here. This really pretty one right here. And I'm going to make a fishy face. I always like to put it underneath the highlighter. How pretty. Really, really pretty. I got a mirror here looking at you, and right here. There we go. What do you guys think? Do you like it? Nice. Did I do good? Did it come out nice? I'm going to put a little bit more. Can never have enough lip gloss. The one that I'm using is called Beauty Gems Lip Gloss. It has glitter in it. A little bit of a shimmer. There we go. So let's go ahead and read another story. Who wants to read another story? Me. Okay, I got quite excited there. Alright, so let's go ahead and read another story because I don't want to keep you guys on here too long, which I know we are right on track with the time. Damn it. I am blinder than a bat. Okay, let's go ahead and we'll be able to read one more story. Maybe two, because there's a short one. Alright, so this one is called A Church with Much Spirit, and there is that church right there. And it says, the John Wesley Methodist Church in Lewisburg was built in 1820. It has a long history of the living passing through its doors. It also has a few who have lingered long after death. The spirit of a little girl killed on Foster Street bounces a ball outside the building where a stairway once stood by the sanctuary. The thumpity thump sound of the ball can be heard by those passing by. Ooh, that's creepy. There is also the ghostly presence of a Confederate soldier. On May 23rd, 1862, the Battle of Lewisburg was in full swing. At 5 o'clock in the morning, Confederate soldiers firing guns and preparing for battle awakened townspeople. The battle lasted only 27 minutes, but in that time, 80 Confederate soldiers were dead, and the Union took many as prisoners. The Federal Army only suffered 13 dead. The church became a makeshift hospital for the wounded, and it appears at least one man has never left. A young soldier laid injured near the church and died before being found. His spirit still remains along the outside walls, leaving passerby with a feeling of sadness and loss. Alright, and then our last one I'm going to read is called Lady in White. And there is a house there, if you can see that. And it says, built in 1834 by the John Withrow family as a home for their son, this stately structure now houses a 25-room inn and a few ghosts. A lady in white haunts room 208, and the spirit of a little girl is seen at the end of the bed in room 202, startling more than a few guests. One more, because it's a short one. This one's called Ghosts Who Crave Luxury Even After Death. And there's a picture of a building there. And it says, people have been coming to White Sulphur Springs to rejuvenate since the late 1700s. The resort has accommodated 26 presidents, countless celebrities, and even professional football teams. It has 10 lobbies, 20 dining venues, and 710 rooms. And golf courses. With such a rich history of visitation and a tendency toward the well-appointed, it is not surprising it has a few ghosts who like to stick around. A ghostly girl played in the resort's parking lot, her giggles wafting softly in the air. Ooh, that's creepy. So we're for next Saturday, when we do the Get Ready With Me, we are going to read Kate's Mountain Bobbing Lights. What did I do with the bookmark thingy? Lord only knows. I'll find it. Alright, guys. That was my last story. I hope everybody had fun. I hope you got a little bit scared. I enjoy doing these with you guys. I love hearing from you and making our comments and everything. You just all are absolutely amazing. Alright, guys. I'm going to go ahead and end it here. And I hope everybody stays blessed. And I hope everybody stays safe no matter where you are, no matter where you're at. Please stay safe. And I'll be seeing you all in my next video. Thank you for stopping by, and you have a great day. Thank you. And also, before I go, I do have a collab going on. It's the end of summer with giveaways with 15 other ladies. This will end on the 17th of August at 11:59 p.m. And the drawing will be done on August 18th. So don't miss out on that, guys. I will be leaving the link down below. Make sure you're subscribed to all the lovely ladies and join in for their giveaways too. All right. Thank you, everybody, and have a good night. Bye.